I'd say about a 6 if he stays healthy. I'd say about a 6 if he stays healthy. I mean, he's a big red zone target type guy. He's a 50-50 ball guy. A lot of similarities to Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is better, but a lot of the same sort of stuff he can give you. He gets another target because the offense passing game is going to go through Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is going to be Devontae Adams, okay? And so if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, if Mike Williams stays healthy, you got Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. They're kind of putting the offensive line intact and getting them together. They got a nice, solid defense. The question mark for me is going to be Robert Saleh. What is that? You know, now you and your going on your 4th year as a head coach. You're going to have everything you need.
I agree.
Now that's going to be the real question is, what's Robert Saleh as the head coach? Because we've seen Garrett Wilson. We've seen Mike Williams healthy, Aaron Rodgers healthy, Breece Hall. Like, we've seen Tyron Smith, what he could do at the left side. That's what you address to protect your franchise quarterback. So now all of it goes back to the sideline and the guy wearing the headsets. What is that going to be? But I think he's a hell of a player if he's healthy. He can help you in the red zone for sure. He's what I call a slant fade guy. He doesn't run the entire route tree. It's just not something, you know, he obviously shared time with Keenan Allen a lot in Los Angeles, along with the tight end at Everett. So it's a little bit different. But I think it's a fair deal.
All right, I'm going to go MJ Ant-Man on you. I see some similarities between Mike Williams and Keyshawn Johnson. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because he's 6'4", 220-ish, okay? Ballpark kind of. And yet, the stat I love the most about Mike Williams since 2018, of all receivers who have caught at least 200 balls over those years, he leads all of them in yards per catch at 15.8 per. 15.8 per. He can get behind you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you throw him a 50-50, as you say, he will flat out go up and snatch it out of the sky. That's what he does best. And if you want to snatch it in the red zone, you can snatch it in the red zone. I love him opposite Garrett Wilson, who's a much more talented all-route receiver who can do it all. And we saw it all last year, mostly without Aaron Rodgers. But I saw a lot of him. I really like him. I know you really like him. So I look at these little big moves that the Jets keep making, all to help Aaron Rodgers be the best he can be at age 40, if in fact he doesn't want to run for political office, right?
Might be a VP, huh?
I don't know. But if these moves all hit, he might be able to run for more than VP. He might be able to go for commander-in-chief. If you can do this in New York with what the pieces that they have surrounded you with, because we talked about this. Tyron Smith still got a couple of really good years left, and I think he is excited because Aaron Rodgers has owned the Dallas Cowboys in the postseason and in the regular season. So Tyron Smith says, if I can't beat him, I'm going to join him. He's looking forward to having a chance to make up to $20 million a year to protect the blind side of one Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure, because Tyron Smith is we know, he's locked first ballot Hall of Fame left tackle. And so to play with a player who has 4 MVPs and 1 Super Bowl ring, you say, okay, I'll take a shot at that.
You believe it's a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. So then to solidify Aaron Rodgers' protection, they go get John Simpson from Baltimore, who started all 17 games for Baltimore at guard last year. And then they go get Morgan Moss, who for the last 2 years has started at right tackle for Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. So they took 2 pretty key pieces from Lamar and gave them to Aaron Rodgers, along with Tyron Smith, a cinch first ballot Hall of Famer at left tackle. So you have refortified the entire front for the New York Jets. And then you mentioned Breece Hall, still that he's really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. And then that little kid, Xavier Gibson, I don't know if you remember him, but he worked in as their slot guy. Remember in the opener in overtime against Buffalo last year in the Aaron Rodgers injury game, he was the one who returned the punt 65 yards to beat Buffalo. And he was undrafted out of UTEP, but he started to catch balls for them out of the slot. So he'll be the slot receiver. There's nothing not to like about this, except Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old, coming off an Achilles
Yeah,
tear.
but I still think Aaron Rodgers can throw the football.
Sure.
So
yeah.
My concern with the New York Jets is not their players. It's what's going to happen on the sideline. That's my concern. And them staying healthy. Because they got a lot of guys that had a lot of injuries. I mean, four of the guys that we talk about have missed time, significant time, in their careers.
And by the way, Mike Williams is coming off a complete ACL tear in week 3 of a year ago.
That's what I'm saying.
And Jim Harbaugh said, nope, no more. They just let him go.
Again, as I tell you, and I'll tell you again,
I know.
When you have value, they keep you.
Yeah.
Or they trade you. They don't just let you walk out the door.
Okay, but they gave him up to $15 million because he can be worth up to $15 million in that offense.
He was making 22, I believe, with the Chargers.
Yeah.
So he took a slight discount.
Yeah.
And if he does what he's supposed to do, he'll get the $15 million.
Yeah.
And if not, whatever they gave him guarantee-wise, he'll collect that.
29 years of age. I still think he's got 2 or 3 big-time years.
If he stays healthy, he probably could contribute at a high level for them when Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position.
But I'm hearing doubt in your voice when it comes to the bigger picture about the Jets. Not
they not. No, not. If you thinking they're going to the Super Bowl and all that, I'm going to let you pause for a minute from there because Kansas City's the king of the mountain right now. Okay? And then you still got them Baltimores, them Clevelands, them Pittsburghs, the Cincinnatis of the world. Buffalo is, for whatever it's worth, they're not going to be chopped liver. Miami down south, if they could ever figure out how to stay consistent, they're a good football team. And then we talking about what if said the Chargers, you think Harbaugh goes there, that's 2 more wins.
Definitely.
Right? That's 2 more.
No doubt.
The AFC is a loaded conference. And then we haven't even talked about Indianapolis and Tennessee. We haven't gotten to that division. So I'm just not ready to just mark the box and say, I'm going to see the Jets in the AFC Championship.
As I've told you, all the best quarterbacks are on that side of the ledger, on the AFC side, not in the NFC. The NFC, if you have a semblance of a quarterback, you think you got a shot.
Yeah.
But on the other side, but you do. If you have Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I can't take away 4 MVPs. I can't take away.
He's one of the top 6 quarterbacks in the league when healthy.
And just as a thrower of the football, he's at or near the top. I'm a Marino guy, but just far as just cutting loose with the football, he's right at the top.
So the Dallas Cowboys should have signed Mike Williams?
We need somebody over there. Yeah, that's a little rich for Jerry's blood. I'll give you that's the one. The one that killed me, and we didn't even get to it in our opening block, but was Derrick Henry, because that wound up just being $9 million guaranteed period for 2 years.
But they didn't even call him, like I tried to tell you.
Okay, they didn't even call him.
But they didn't want him.
Yeah, although
doesn't fit.
You actually argued that surely they had some communication, and he and his people say no communication.
But communication.
You're talking about hallway talk in Indy.
It's a hallway.
Or something.
It's a simple walk down the hallway.
Yeah.
What's he looking for? What do you think? It's a simple conversation. And that guy probably said he's looking for $15 million or whatever he signed. What was it? What did he get? What did Baltimore give him?
It's $9 million guaranteed, and that's it.
Yeah,
because
so
it's a 2-year deal.
So he probably said he's looking for $10 million. And Jerry and them probably said they're not even in the ballpark. Let's not bother.
Yeah, but this is one where you don't even get into double digits with it. And you think, is that not a glaring need? Would he not be just what the doctor ordered for that run game?
Yes, he could help. There's no question about it.
And Keyshawn, I kept telling you, and Michael was with me on this, and he started the campaign for Derrick Henry.
Michael wanted to play for the veteran minimum.
No, he did. But
come on.
Then he backed off that a bit. But we both agreed it's the message that gets sent to the locker room. Like, we're back in business. We're serious.
But Skip, you keep trying to send this message by spending that man's money on players as if they're going to get you over the hump.
That's not a lot. That's not even a risk. That's not where you say.
If I got to guarantee somebody $10 million, I also got to pay other people. I only have so much room.
Okay, but you keep acting like the Cowboys' cap is smaller than everybody else's. It's the same.
It's not.
It went up just like everybody else's.
It's who you deploy your funds to.
Okay. So you're going to pay.
Who do you prioritize?
You're going to pay almost all of your cap to Dak and CD and Micah, and that's it?
As of right now, that's what we're getting ready to do.
Really?
Because in 2 years, we're going to have to address, what's the left tackle that just got drafted? That moved over from left guard.
Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
We're going to have to address Tyler Smith. We have to project on our board and be smart with it. That's what they do, Skip. That's what they do. They looking at 2025, 2026. Okay, we're going to have to pay in 20. What if he has all pro seasons at left tackle? Okay, we got to address that. So we can't just screw it all up right now. You don't like that.
Well, I mean, how do these other teams, how does San Francisco operate? They must
They operate the same way I'm telling you.
They did get busted for some clerical error the other day, but again, I don't know how.
They operate the same way.
I know, but all their stars, although they got really lucky because Mr. Irrelevant became their quarterback and that became the cheapest.
But they're going to have to address him next year.
Okay, but that's the best buy you could ever have in the history of quarterback.
They got to save something for him for next offseason.
Yeah.
Because it'll be the end of his 4th year. So they're going to have to address it.
Okay. Back to the Jets. All I'm saying is
they're showing their fan base what they're doing.
Hey, if I'm a Jets fan right now, I'm pretty excited because this feels legit to me.
But
they are addressing each of their needs. Bam, bam, bam. And,
yes, and they have to. You know why? You know who their general manager is?
Yeah.
Joe Douglas.
Yeah. So?
Yeah. If they don't address and win, he going to be with us.
Oh, okay. Well,
if Jerry don't address and win, Jerry going to still be on his yacht.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
I wish I could. You know, I truly do. I wish I could fire Jerry, but I can't. And I love Jerry, but I wish I could fire him as the general manager.
Oh, God, stop.
Well, what general manager could last 30 years without even a championship game? None would.
Yeah, you know who?
Would.
The guy who owns the team.
There you go.
As I said to you, Joe Douglas had to address that because his seat is hotter than yours.
Yeah.
Okay? So at the end of the day, it's one of those situations, Skip, where he's got to show the fan base everything. Jerry ain't got to show nobody nothing. Because if he loses, he going to go on his yacht in the summertime in south of France.
Which is why
Joe Douglas going to be with us.
I wish that ownership could be an elected office, you know, where Cowboy Nation could vote you in or out, right? So we could just vote him out because he didn't live up. What has he given us? My God.
I told you. Super Bowls since he's been the owner, man.
You weren't here Friday. I gave you the stat about Dallas. Over the last 30 years of teams who have played at least 20 playoff games, the Dallas Cowboys have a record of 5-13. I'm sorry, 15 playoff games because they played 18. So it's 5-13 is Dallas. That is the worst record of any team that's played at least 15 playoff games over the last 30 years. They're at the bottom of the playoff barrel, yet the owner and operator of the Dallas Cowboys is still grinning and not winning, right?
Yeah, you have a point.
Yeah.
If any general manager that doesn't last 30 years can't win. That doesn't, unless you were working for Donald Sterling and the Clippers back then.
Yeah, that's true.
And you were Elgin Baylor, you can last forever. But other than that, no.
Yeah, good point. Touche.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.